Let's talk about the FERS Annuity Special Retirement Supplement, the SRS as it's referred to. What is it? How does it work? How's it calculated? What's the impact on your retirement benefits? Hey guys, I'm Justin. I run a wealth management practice here in Northern Virginia. We're focused on answering questions just like this every single day for federal employees, helping them transition to retirement and building retirement plans for folks in their 40s and 50s. So back to the question, what is the SRS? For whatever reason, there's always been a cloud of mystery, confusion around this benefit. It's misunderstood. What it is a benefit that's designed to bridge the gap between when you retire and when you're eligible for Social Security benefits at age 62. Okay, so if you retire prior to that, there's an additional benefit on top of your FERS annuity that will be payable to you each and every month. That's what the Special Retirement Supplement is. Now it's calculated like this. They take your age 62 benefit estimate for Social Security times your number of years of federal service, and they divide that number by 40. Now, of course, this is a simplified version of what the actual formula is by OPM, but you can get a pretty good idea of what your estimate would be from doing that calculation. So let's look at it. Let's say you're at the top of the earnings base in 2023 and you retire. Your age 62 benefit estimate at the max would be $2,572 each month, okay, $2,572 each month. Let's say you had 25 years of service in the federal government, and so we divide that number by 40. We take 2,572 times your 25 years of service divided by 40, and that's going to give us a monthly benefit of $1,607 each month in addition to what your FERS annuity would be, okay? So that's simplified version, but it can give you an idea of what you're working with for your retirement planning efforts. Now, important to note, there are no cost of living adjustments associated with this thing, okay? It is what it is until you hit 62, which probably is only going to be a few years, right? Of course. And then secondly, the other thing that's important to note, there's an earnings test that applies, okay? So if you do go back to work, non-federal work, your earnings could reduce this benefit, similar to what happens with Social Security benefits if you take them early and you continue to work prior to full retirement age. Eligibility. So who's eligible for this thing? Now, it's determined by OPM, of course. This benefit is paid out by OPM. Generally speaking, you need to retire under an immediate annuity, and that means minimum retirement age with 30 years of service, age 60 with 20 years of service as a special category employee, or you could be eligible for this benefit if you go out on an early out under the VERA program, but the benefit doesn't start until you reach your MRA. So who's not eligible for this benefit? That would be disability retirees if you're going out on MRA plus 10, minimum retirement age plus 10, if you're retiring on a deferred annuity, or you're retiring at age 62 or beyond, because of course this thing cuts off at age 62, so you wouldn't be eligible for that benefit in the circumstance. Okay, so that's kind of how the eligibility works. So what's the impact on your financial plan from the Special Retirement Supplement? Look, I think it's a great thing. It's an additional income stream on top of your FERS annuity, on top of any other income sources you have from investments, etc. So great thing, of course. But what we've seen happen is when you get the SRS, you generally take Social Security at age 62. And that's just because you get used to the income coming in. It's hard to go backwards on these type of things, right? So it tends to lead to people taking Social Security early, which can be fine, but that decision is really personal, right? And if you do some planning, you give yourself a little flexibility around that decision point. So if you know that's coming, if you can kind of estimate what age you're going to go out, and if you plan your assets and your accounts the right way, so if you set up your TSP the right way, you have an IRA, a Roth IRA, a taxable investment account, all these other places that you could draw income from potentially, then you give yourself a choice on whether to continue with this version of the SRS, which would now be Social Security benefits, or if you want to take income somewhere else to bridge the gap, because the increases in Social Security are significant over time. And I know that's a completely another debate for another day on longevity, solvency, et cetera, but I think it's interesting if you just plan properly, give yourself flexibility and choice. So that's the one big thing that I would think about when we're talking about retirement planning and the SRS benefit. Otherwise, wonderful benefit. Check it out, do a calculation and see what yours might look like. All right, so that's a little background on the Special Retirement Supplement. I hope you found this information useful on the impact it can have on your potential retirement plan. If you'd like to talk a little further about this benefit, other federal benefits in your retirement plan, I would welcome you to reach out. I'd love to hear from you. And again, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would much appreciate it.